did. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
That's cool.
I guess. I mean, I hired someone to spray foam the inside, and then I hired someone to weld on the pitch in the back.
Oh, got it.
But otherwise, I did everything else.
So, did you like have any experience doing this before? Did you just decide
Nope.
this is a project I'm going to take on?
Yep. That. A lot of the YouTube videos to learn.
Yeah,
everything.
YouTube University. That's a common theme I've discovered when I've interviewed people.
Yeah. No, I haven't done anything like this, but I've done little projects in the past and whatnot. So.
Yeah. So, does it have like a truck bed lining on the outside?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was looking at the pattern earlier.
Yeah,
the texture.
it's bed liner. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What year is the Skoolie?
2002.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Was it just?
2002 International. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
School bus. Yeah, you're welcome to look.
Yeah,
at
I'm
the
curious.
inside.
Yeah.
It's not really clean right now.
Well, that's okay. I mean, these things are lived in, you know. Yeah, it was the patterning. This is what caught my attention, was the truck bed lining has that definitive.
Oh, yep.
Oh, it's really nice.
It's my project counter of all projects going on.
Yeah, this is the thing that I absolutely love about self-built rigs versus pre-built RVs is everyone uniformly puts in lots of counter space.
Yes. Yep.
Versus the RV manufacturers, they're like, they give you, I've seen like 35-foot Class A's and they give you that much counter space.
Yeah, and that's how this was originally my kitchen, and then I was like, I'm gonna want more room for like doing stuff, so that's why I added this over the couch or bed that pulls out.
Right.
On the side here is my gas tank, and then on this side is my AC unit, and then I did like a recirculating shower system.
Oh.
So that's here, and then in the back is my gray water tank underneath, and then on the other side I have some like just a bunch of jerry cans mounted up underneath in case I ever need gas for my bike or I guess reserve for the bus.
Sort of like a little mini garage under there.
Yeah, and then there's nothing in between the frame and the back, which I think I'm gonna build something up in there as well to just store tools and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Because I like the different tools I have, and I don't want to get rid of them.
Right.
And I keep finding myself getting more tools for something.
Right.
So,
I mean, it's always smart to have tools when you're. Yeah. So I'm noticing on the roof that you've got these little. Are these ventilation?
No, those are the screws. So I actually did. Now I'm gonna go through and cap them off so that you can't see them. But this is PVC board versus wood.
Oh, okay.
So like you don't ever have to worry about like mildew or getting wet or anything. And, like cleaning it, I've taken a mop on the ceiling and like mopped it.
Nice. So was that a challenge to get the cut just right on the curvature?
For the ceiling?
For the cabinets put in?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I made a stencil with like my extra foamular like board I had. And so once I had this stencil, I just kind of used the stencil for everything. And then, you know, depending on where you were, there are still like bulges on the ceiling because it's not perfect everywhere.
Right.
And so you just have to adjust it a little bit. But like most of the places, like I actually didn't here, but like if you see up there on the curvature, like it looks flush, but it's hard to get flush, and then you just go through and caulk it. Right. And then it looks perfect.
Yeah, you get 95% of the way there.
Yeah.
Are these pre?
Yeah, I bought these at the butcher block, like a 12-foot section at Lowe's, and then I just cut it and sealed it and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Myself.
So are these residential types of windows that have like double pane?
They are dual pane. They're more like European RV style windows.
Okay.
The style wise, and so like people will often like you can buy them from some American companies. I can't remember the brand, Arctic something, but they're like $600 a piece. But I got these off of AliExpress for $75 a piece.
Oh, okay.
And they're just as good. They're fantastic.
Yeah, they look really nice.
You have to wait for shipping, but otherwise, you know, they come in. But yeah, I feel like they're just as good as the ones I've seen.
So did it used to have a lot more windows?
Yeah, it had windows on the whole side, and I just got rid of them all for insulation purposes. I was in Florida, and it was insanely hot, so I wanted good insulation and the heat, and then I like skiing and snowboarding and whatnot, so I also wanted to be able to go in like the winter climates. So what
kind of heat system do you have?
So I have a diesel heater, so that's the diesel heater here.
Okay.
And these other three are AC outlets, and then I have one of them ducted to the back as well for the bedroom.
Oh, right. So just the central system.
Yep.
And so you've got an induction
cooktop. Yep.
Top.
And so I don't have any propane in the bus. It's all electric.
Because of the sheer amount of electricity you have coming in. That makes sense. You don't have to worry
just
about
one last
that.
thing to refill is what I was going for.
Right.
Yeah.
And you've got an oven there, which is nice.
Yep, electric oven. And then this is actually a dishwasher.
Really?
Yep. So this isn't right now because I just ran it, but
Oh, very cool.
Dishwasher there.
Uh-huh. So then you've got all kinds of storage back here.
So this is like miscellaneous storage. I put like pots and pans up here. And then this is like my pantry here, and I have a microwave up top as well.
Okay.
And then this is just clothes.
I really like this sort of wicker pattern.
I didn't really know what I wanted to do with the doors, and I wasn't like a fantastic woodworker yet, so I didn't know what I wanted to do there yet.
It's simple and it works.
So this was easy, simple, and cheap. Lightweight too, if you're worried about it. Weight.
Right. Did you do a composting system?
I did. So I did a composting. So
you don't have a black tank?
I did a composting toilet, so no black tank. And then I just did like real cheap featherweight concrete for the bathroom.
Okay.
The reason I did that was because I see a lot of people that do like the tiles and whatnot, but then like the grout cracks and it's hard to see and patch that all the time.
Yeah.
Like this cracks too, just like grout, but it's super easy to patch and reseal.
So it's a specific type of cement?
Well, it's called featherweight concrete. It's
okay.
literally basically the same as cement, but you can buy it at like any of your Lowe's or Home Depot, and people will use it to like build like, I guess, countertops is what it seems like it's advertised for.
Okay.
But it's like super lightweight concrete, basically.
Right. I've never heard of it. That's interesting.
Yeah, but then like you seal it with just any concrete sealer and whatnot too. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. You've got a washing machine.
I do.
This looks like a residential size.
It is. Yeah. So it's a washer dryer combo, but
okay. So
all out drain.
I guess with the amount of solar you pull in, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Solar wise, not at all. Because I mean, it'll run for like 2 hours, but even then, like I mean, it might pull 10 amps for like 20 minutes, but other than that it's just spinning, which takes like 200 watts.
Right.
So it's really not a lot at all. It's just water consumption. It'll take like 15 to 20 gallons.
What kind of storage of water do you have in this?
I have 100 gallons. 100
gallons.
So that will be like if I want to run my wash machine and run my dishwasher a few times, I can go like 2 weeks on that. But I went I was at the last Skoolie, which was my first event I went to, and I was there for like a month, and so I just didn't run my wash machine and whatnot, and I was able to go for quite a while.
Very cool. And then you got your full, is that a queen size bed?
It's a queen size bed.
Okay.
Yeah. And then just the shelf up here. I have that outdoor, the side door. It's like all my like solar electronics and stuff are out there.
Accessible from the outside there.
Yeah.
I like it because everything is sort of simple construction, but all together it just is really nice, you know. Very well. It's really nice, man.
Oh, thank you.
Did you do the upholstery on the couch?
Yeah, and that was just real simple.
I
think if someday, maybe if this goes bad, I'll want to redo it, make it look a bit nicer. But the couch is actually made of I didn't know cushions were so expensive. Like they were absurdly expensive. So I actually got a queen size mattress and just cut it up to make the cushions, which costed me then like $100 versus like this one cushion which I was looking to buy was like $600.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I was like, okay, yeah. And I need like 5 of them, so I was like, I'm not doing that.
Right. The guy with the microwave, that's what they did. They got a memory foam mattress and just sliced it up.
Yep. And that was super easy. Like one of those like electric bread knives, just like cut straight through it.
Right. Yeah. Well, cool, man. Thanks. I won't take any more of your time, but I was really curious.
Yep.
So, okay. Well, have a great day.
All right, you as well.
Is it? What kind of bus was it in its original incarnation?
It was a 2005 Bluebird. It came from a public school district in Thornton, Colorado.
Okay.
Through the surplus auction, Gov Deals, or one of those similar. We did the build in Rapid City, South Dakota. So we drove it up from there. It was it had 175,000 miles, but an engine rebuild at like 160. So we felt confident in the mechanics.
Yeah.
And that was why we kind of chose this mid-size bus. It also has enough internal space. We didn't want to do a roof raise, and so there was enough to.
Because those are. I was talking to another guy. He said that was the biggest part of his build was doing that roof raise.
Yes, it is like a can of worms. It's huge.
Yeah.
And so skipping that was worth it.
Am I correct that those come out?
Yes. I'll show you.
Yeah.
My original plan was to install some climbing grips, like rock climbing grips. And just kind of monkey up there and do it by hand. But my girlfriend said, what if I want to do it? And
Yeah.
so we've got it kind of two-stick system. So that pulls down the locking pin.
Well, that's easy.
There they go.
And then it locks it in place for
Locks it.
traveling.
Promoted. Good to go.
That's perfect.
Never had any problems with it. And when we go to camp, it is, I mean, there's 6 of them, so it takes a minute.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's only a minute.
Right.
And it's,
So you've got the panels then stacked on top of each other. Do you get partial power then when they're in?
yes. Yes, if we're only being camped for one day, we won't even bring them out. So we've got, total is 2550 watts,
Wow.
2500 watts on top.
This is very cozy.
Thank you. We call it, our aesthetic is
Midwestern dentist office.
Midwestern dentist. So we were remodeling houses when we were also tackling the bus, which is probably, we could have done it smarter, but we had also everything extra that we have. So like everything that's painted came from the house. The flooring came from the houses that we remodeled. So it's just kind of just bland residential. You know,
Right.
we got to see some really cool buses and they've got so much character and life, and we're just like, okay, so
Yeah.
we've got beige, and this is off-white, and then we've got some, you know.
It's very livable.
But yeah, come on up.
Yeah.
Which I've been starting the tour in the back,
Okay.
and then working my way out. It's just, I don't know,
Sure.
it's just worked for us. A lot of people only want to see the air conditioner and the electricity. And so that's
No,
what
I'm
we get.
fascinated by the whole thing. I like that it's kind of separated here between sort of the front and the back too.
It is, which is awesome. Okay, so here's our air conditioner, and it runs strictly on solar, just because we have so much solar, like you saw.
2,500 something.
Yes, and it's not hot yet, so I didn't have it on, but I had it on yesterday, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, and it's still, and we were pulling nothing from our batteries.
That is really amazing.
It is. And then this is our house bed that we came from our house, and these are our dresser things that came from our house. And we needed to make sure we didn't have any upper cabinets because Gabe is so broad that he would just knock all the cabinets down, and so we didn't. But that keeps, no matter what the temperatures, and we have a diesel heater as well, but it does keep everything very ambient. It's like we woke up this morning at 7 and it was a little chilly, so I turned on the diesel heater. But like there's sometimes where we sleep until noon and then we're hot, and I'll turn on the air conditioner, and I never have to worry. Everything runs residential because he's just got so much power. We kept the ceiling, we pulled it down, insulated it, but we kept it metal because we wanted to stick things on it. So like all of our fans he screwed magnets into them. So when the air conditioner's on, this fan goes on the floor and blows the cool air forward, and that fan is on the ceiling and it blows the hot air back, and it's always colder in here than it is in there, but this hallway kind of helps out.
Okay.
Everything we built was built to Gabe's size, so like this hallway is as wide as he needs it to be.
Right.
Except for the bathroom. This is just flooring that we glued on, and then he built the shower pan.
Okay.
He
Custom.
fiberglassed it. He was watching a lot of boat builds, and he was like, I can fiberglass this.
Wow.
And so we have our heater is right in here,
On
but we have a
demand.
max air fan, so if it starts to get funky, we just, blow out any of the... in the bedroom, all of the windows have this vinyl clay. It's like a static cling, and it just peels right off and it goes on with water. But it is so if we ever got into a place that we wanted to be able to like see the sunrise or whatever, we can take all of our window covers down, and then we have light, natural light that comes in, which sounds great. It has never actually happened because these are so good with regulating the temperature.
The thermal properties.
Absolutely. So Gabe bought me a thermal camera, and I would thermal camera the entire bus to see where we are losing heat or losing air conditioning.
Yeah.
And the windows, now it's just the front. Because these are a 40-degree difference. Like we were in Eastern Texas, and I had one off and one on, and I thermal camered it, and it was like 120 degrees and 70.
Wow.
So it was they work really well. And then when it's cold, we flip it around so the sun heats this part and it radiates with the radiant heat.
So you just built that with Reflectix?
Yeah, it's just Reflectix duct tape. And then this is tablecloths from the Goodwill.
There you go.
Which is why we've got like such a unique variety of them.
That's
and
so
it's really
awesome.
the only thing we have that has color in here besides like our cabinets. Everything else is, you know, residential gray. Like if we were remodeling a house, which is what we did.
Wow, that's so creative.
Yeah, and then towards the, like, after we started living in it, we realized, oh, we need more storage. So like the entire under the bed is storage, but like stuff that we use regularly, we put in these baskets. And it turned out that when we're driving down the road, they absorb all of the shock, so nothing flies out.
Oh, the basket itself
Yeah, the basket itself, like if it bounces, the basket takes it, and so nothing flies out. So we've got freaking baskets everywhere.
That's great.
Instead of having over the head.
Which would be taking up all that space and you're bumping
which
into.
Gabe needs.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I do 100% do laundry, and we 100% shower in here.
That's a portable little laundry.
Yes. It is it's our only thing that we have that's like, so we are normal people. So this is our kitchen. Our kitchen has everything that our house kitchen had and fits in there. Like these drawers are ridiculously deep and they go all the way to the back. We have them separated. We got these at Walmart, but then they go straight up, but that way we can have things separated. So if I need, like, I know my treats are in the very bottom drawer back left, and they're always there. So whenever Gabe goes shopping, he always puts them there. So we know exactly what's in here.
Otherwise, everything would be just jumbled together. And
oh my gosh. Or you drive and it all flies out. The only thing that doesn't stick when we drive very well, or used to not, are the knives, which sounds like we have this one knife and it just doesn't. So Gabe bought all of these extra magnets. So we really hold them on.
They're really on there, yeah.
And occasionally they just don't hold it enough. And so Gabe will hear something and he's like, what is it? I'm in here picking up knives like a circus performer. And I'm like, it's fine. We got it. It's good. Shoving them in the sink. But when we travel, like everybody, everything goes in the sink. This is our stove. He put magnets in it and then magnets in here. So this does not ever go anywhere. It's just kind of stuck on. Then these are our, we have 2 sets of batteries.
Oh, so very accessible.
Right. So this is the original, and then Gabe decided we needed more batteries because it.
For the AC, for the air conditioner.
Yes.
In order to run air conditioners for more than like an hour or two.
Yes. You need that capacity.
And
Absolutely.
Florida really broke us. Like Florida was cloudy, but also hot and humid, and so we needed the air conditioner all the time, but we didn't have the power to run it.
Yeah.
And so we got these secondary batteries, and these are actually really easy to get at. You just pull these up, and there's a lid, and it just kind of lifts up, and then Gabe can fiddle around.
Yeah. So you have one charge controller for your entire system then, or do you have it split up into?
No, there's just one. So that solar charge controller it's an 80 amp, which is enough. Like it'll do 2,000 watts into the batteries.
Yeah.
And we've never, angled sun. We never get more than 2,000 solar from the system.
Right.
And it's enough.
And what kind of voltage can it bring in?
So it's a 24 volt battery system.
Oh, okay.
And what comes in, it runs at 96 volts. I think
wow.
Well, so it's strings of 3 solar panels, and so it's like 96 volts when it's charging.
Yeah.
And then 2 to 24 volt system.
Sure. So you got plenty of power there.
Yes.
Well, that's very cool.
And as long as it keeps working, knock wood, knock wood, knock wood.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is the part that scares a lot of people who are thinking about getting into a bus, like the electrical part. How do I?
Yeah, and it's dangerous because of the the fire danger and stuff. It's probably what I started working on first because of that.
He was in the house, like building these batteries, that he bought from China. Like we hadn't even bought a bus yet, and his mom lives off grid in Oregon. And so he did a proof of concept at her house with our setup. Her grow-up is still working fine. But he bought all the used panels, he bought the batteries, setup and everything like that. And he had it set up for his mom, and it worked out flawlessly. So he's like, I'm getting it for us. And we were a year and a half out from even buying the bus. And we had so you
had that all worked out.
Yeah. So I've got a background in engineering. I've been a science teacher for years.
Okay.
And even then, I was nervous. Like, I went to YouTube University hard. I'm watching videos.
Yeah.
I'm still like, okay, this is expensive. There's some danger part of it. I don't know what I'm doing. So we spent the time. We spent the time to learn it.
Right.
Either the dog sits here or we store our chairs here. And then that's where we keep our chips and just general. We got a drone we've never used, and we had to buy that's an electric fly swatter because we were in Kansas next to a feedlot.
Oh no!
And we hadn't had our screens up yet, and it was unbelievable.
The swarm.
Yeah, and so then I was like, we gotta put our screens up, and those have been phenomenal. Like he has them attached to the outside.
Yeah,
and that's hard to find information about.